Hi, T.O.T. Carlson here, and today we're going back in time, taking a look at a classic science fiction series from the 60s. The show I'm talking about is Thunderbirds, the classic British puppet series created by Gerry Anderson. Probably his most famous work, and to my knowledge, his only work that's gotten a Blu-ray release in the United States. I'm going to unbox this release, share my opinion, talk about the show, and let you know if I recommend this one or not. Nice cover art there. The Gerry Anderson collection, it says. Got the title of the show, The Five Tracy Brothers, the complete series. There's our spine text, back cover. And then we take off the slip cover and pretty much the same thing underneath. This is a 6-disc set that includes all the episodes of the original TV series. So here we have disc 1 with Scott Tracy. Disc 2's got Virgil Tracy. Disc 3 has Gordon Tracy. Disc 4's got Alan Tracy. I don't know why they mixed up 3 and 4. I kind of thought they were going by Thunderbird number. Alan pilots 3, Gordon pilots 4. But again, let's not dwell on that. And then number 5 has their engineer brains. I guess they just decided to leave John out of the discs entirely. And then disc 6, of course, has Lady Penelope. And if we take off disc 1, underneath the disc, there is an episode list on the side there. I kind of wish they'd put in a separate leaflet or booklet for that so you don't have to remove a disc to look at it every time. And then on the back end, you have, underneath disc 6, the artwork continues, and you have Tracy Island with Thunderbird 2 getting ready to watch. I'll read the description of the show as follows. Thunderbirds are go. The Super Marionation cult television classic leaps into the stratosphere of fun and excitement with Thunderbirds, the complete series. Operating from a top-secret island base in the year 2065, the team at International Rescue, intrepid Jeff Tracy and his valiant sons Scott, John, Virgil, Gordon, and Alan engage in a never-ending humanitarian crusade to protect the innocent. Traveling via land, sea, air, and space in their fantastically advanced vehicles, the Tracys take on the most impossible of missions with courage, honor, and their greatest strength of all, the power of family. The crown jewel of Gerry Anderson's visionary creative over Thunderbirds promises audiences young and young at heart an outstanding showcase of thrills, action, and adventure with no strings attached. Okay, maybe some strings. Blast off with the team at International Rescue in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Gerry Anderson was certainly a visionary when it came to children's entertainment in England back in the 1960s. Thunderbirds was not his first show to utilize the Super Marionation process, but it's probably the most popular out of him. He had a few black and white series prior to this, including Fireball XL5. His first color series was Stingray, which was set under the sea, and then that was followed up with Thunderbirds. The premise of Thunderbirds is simple, but it works. You have a retired astronaut, Jeff Tracy, who has set up an organization called International Rescue with his adult sons who utilize vehicles to get people out of emergency situations around the world. One of their allies, of course, is their London agent, Lady Penelope, who alongside her trusted butler Parker also springs into action when needed. Other allies of the family include Carano, their servant, his daughter Tintin, and, of course, Grandma Tracy, who's seldom seen but certainly does play a role. The closest thing the series has to an arch nemesis is, of course, a nameless villain who is referred to as the Hood. And he will stop at nothing to photograph International Rescue, unveil their secrets, and use it to his own profit and means, sometimes collaborating with other evil organizations who want the same thing. This results in some pretty interesting plot points. Not every episode involves the Hood. Some are more conventional rescue stories, and there are other villains as well. They go all over the world on their adventures, and of course sometimes as high as outer space. The characters are certainly well animated, both figuratively and literally. Gerry Anderson certainly had a way of bringing his puppet creations to life, and they have a fantastic voice cast as well. The series lasted for just over 30 episodes. The first season was actually quite long, but then the second season only lasted for a few episodes because Lou Grade, who was in charge of the company at the time, couldn't sell the show to an American network. Despite that, it's certainly persevered as a cult classic of sorts, and like I said, most likely Gerry Anderson's best-known work. It's been released on home video several times over the years, of course. Sometimes we got individual volumes, sometimes we got complete series volumes. This, of course, being a release of the complete series. One thing that set Thunderbirds apart from the earlier Super Mario Nation shows is this actually filled an hour block rather than a half-hour block, which it does give more time for fleshing out the stories, but sometimes you do encounter what could be considered as filler, so it's a double-edged sword there. Again, this contains the complete series. It, however, does not include the 2 theatrical movies, so that's something to keep in mind. Those have been released on Blu-ray a few times. And I'll most likely be covering one of the Blu-ray releases of the movie in one of my next few videos. Thunderbirds originally got a UK import release on Blu-ray, but it was cropped down to a widescreen ratio, which of course disappointed the purists. I'm happy to report that this American release does not crop the picture. It's in the proper 4:3 aspect ratio, and overall it actually looks pretty good. Some efforts clearly got into remastering this, and that's greatly appreciated, me being a fan of the series, of course. Colors are vibrant, there's plenty of detail, and of course, all the film grain is intact. It doesn't look like they used any noise reduction or artificial sharpening techniques. The whole thing does look pretty natural. There are a few soft shots and some effect shots and things like that that look a little softer and rougher, but that's just par for the course when this is the source material you're working with. Unfortunately, the bonus features are a little on the lesser side. We do get a documentary that runs about 45 minutes, and then there's a PDF file of an original publicity brochure promoting the series. I would have liked to get a little more in terms of bonus material, but the documentary that's included here is very nice, and I think fans of the series will want to watch it at least once. I'm definitely a fan of the Thunderbirds series, as well as a lot of the other Gerry Anderson Super Mario Nation shows, and I have no doubt I'll be covering more of them on this channel in the coming few weeks and months. Some of them have gotten UK Blu-ray releases, so I may import some of those, and if I do, you'll certainly have my coverage here. Either way, if you're a fan of Thunderbirds, this complete series set does come highly recommended. Are you a fan of Thunderbirds? Do you think it's the greatest Super Mario Nation show that Gerry Anderson ever created? If not, what do you think is? Comment down below and let me know what you think. Also, remember to subscribe to this channel for more content, as I'm always posting new videos, and make sure you give this one a like if you found it helpful. I'm Taylor T. Carlson. I'll see you next time.